Remi, what time did you go to bed?
2:30.
What time did you get on the shuttle?
3:30. Middle. Damn it.
First, this is the moment I really wish the air tags that I bought at the airport in Chicago were in my bags. We are in Boston.
Yeah.
We're walking over. Tara's already at the counter because we all got a notification that our bags were in Burlington, which is where we were supposed to be yesterday.
All those buildings.
I've never gone to Boston. I've always wanted to go to
Safety third. I'm driving, Aileen. You got to keep up. Come on. What did Tara say to get?
Just the essentials.
Yeah. Country, USA, city, Burke, state, Vermont, shakedown, Thursday, right?
You miss 100% of the shots you don't take.
So I shouldn't take this one. Oh! That would have been so good! Oh! Woo-wee!
Nudge it. Nice one.
Oh! Green in now.
Nice.
Ooh!
Nice.
Oh!
Hold low.
Oh! Excuse me? It's not what I'm used to, but I'm really enjoying it. Like a lot of cross routes, but like I feel like, you know, I'm riding loose and not sliding as much as I'm expecting to, so I'm stoked. And man, it's like a really cool track. A lot of little like rock features and some jumps and some high speed, so it's really fun.
Burke, first impressions, go for it.
Fun when it's not flat. Stage 3 was sick though, like straighter down, ripping trail, good natural doubles, just loved it. The main line's easy to spot, but it's just littered with roots, so you're just like trying to stay on it but getting pinged off everywhere, so good though. Like if it dries out a little bit, it'll be like nice to the race, I think.
Nice.
But trying to push the speed was really sketchy. Oh, you work in tech?
Yeah, me too, man.
Hi, welcome back to the process segment. I'm Jesse Melamed. This week we're going to talk about GoPro and GoPro usage for an enduro athlete. I think it's really important for us because we get one lap now. Back in the past, we would get as many as we could kind of do with our energy. So for me, because we have really big days on Sunday, energy management's pretty key. So I will not always hike things if I see them in the stage unless I get it really wrong. I'll look at it, I'll talk to my GoPro being like, okay, I think this is the line, and I'll know that when I look back at that, I can ride that. I'll call things out when I'm riding through the trail being like, oh, I think you should go wide there, like, or I felt this. So it's really good to kind of talk to yourself in your GoPro. Our team, we're fortunate to have 3 really fast riders. So me, Remi, and Aileen always kind of watch each other's and making sure that we're all kind of like on this line, and we will have different lines sometimes because everyone like kind of suits a different style. but it's good, like, especially for me and Remi, we get to kind of time lines, and then Aylin always kind of sees different things in the forest. So it's really key kind of to make sure you're on the right line, make sure you know where you're going, and you have that kind of all ticked off. So GoPro is, I think, for me especially, is really important.
Ain't no flow around these parts.
No flow around these parts. I think my weather report for the Jank was pretty high, and I think I hit it spot on in this track.
Today was exactly what I would expect the East Coast to be. Just like jagged rocks everywhere with no nice line to put your tires. Somehow still a lot of moisture. I would say even more slippery than yesterday, even though it didn't rain, which was weird. You couldn't trust to go fast in a lot of sections, especially in practice. You had to like look and make sure where you were putting your tires was like a safe place to put them, and yeah, it wasn't much better for the race, really.
As everyone is likely aware, Aylin is not with us here at Burke and won't be racing. When we arrived on Tuesday, she started to get some symptoms and tested positive. She is extremely respectful of our team in the house and the racing community, so chose to do the test and following through on the isolation protocols. So she's not here, and so yeah, in reflection, we think likely when her immunity was quite low immediately after racing, which is completely normal for athletes. That's their lowest point after a big day on the bike and endurance effort, that she was likely exposed at some point in that hour following the race in Whistler, although we'll never know. That's sort of our best guess of what happened, but she's recovering and she's okay. Respecting the national protocol that we have in place for our Canadian athletes when they do test positive for COVID is 10 days of full rest to allow proper recovery of the cardiovascular system. It can be really, really dangerous to push through with this virus because it does cause potential inflammation to that system. So she's respecting that, and her long-term health is our number one concern. So we're going to make sure that happens, and we hope to see her back as soon as possible.
Sun's out in Burke, it's race day, and hopefully the trails have dried out a little bit. Doing a bit bigger warm-up than we normally do just because the liaison to the first stage is so short, and then the first stage of the day is really physical. It's like the most pedaling of the whole race, so just really want the body to be firing for that first one. That was awesome. Like, I feel like everyone, you know, come off a podium and you're like, oh, everyone's like, you got to do it again now. But I was like, no, I just really want like a solid top 10 here in Burke, and man, I like crushed it. I was really happy. Like, I think today I was like climbed all day again. I just need to start a bit faster, and then I wouldn't have to climb the results so often. But yeah, just really happy with my riding, and it was so tough. Like, these stages were so short, and really not that steep. So you had to pedal just so hard, like incredibly hard out of every corner, and I was like cramping on the liaisons, and it was just a mess. So and it was hot and sweaty, and yeah, it was obviously a tough day, but I'm stoked that I could rise to the occasion today.
Jack and Richie are just fitter than me on this stuff, so it's tough. Like, I feel like I rode that stage well, and I just gave everything I had, but just keep losing time. So don't think there's any sense in risking anything on that last stage. I'm quite a ways back, so it's good because it'll allow me to like ride a little bit within myself and hopefully like nail everything perfect. So. I would say some of the stages suited my strengths, but definitely a lot. Like, I kind of came into this race thinking Richie kind of had an advantage, which, you know, I think he did. Jack rode amazingly well. I was really trying to like talk myself into carrying momentum after Whistler and going for the win on this one, but I just felt like I was a step back. You know, I just kept on making little mistakes and not carrying speed, which is key here. And then just the fitness needed for those race stages. I just like, I don't know, maybe I'm depleted after Whistler and the travel. So stoked on third. Like I think I had a bit of a like messy day. So to be third is pretty sick. And yeah, it was cool to see Rich take the win on home soil because I know what it feels like. So I'm stoked that he like had to battle for it. You know, it wasn't super easy. Jack like gave him a big run for his money, but take a few days off here and like really try to reset. And I want to come back swinging for Sugarloaf.
ALN, we miss you out here.
Yeah, it was kind of tough to regroup after losing one of our team members because we are like all a team and we spend every race week together. So it was like, I don't know, it was a bit weird, but the team kind of like put their heads forward into the racing, and thankfully, you know, we both had a really good race, but it was definitely lacking one team member. So hopefully Ellen's feeling good and she can come back for Sugarloaf because we miss her.